for it
Okay.
to pop up. But yeah, super excited. I think next week is the beginning of all these store championships again for Dragon Ball. Trying to collect
Oh,
up on the
nice.
trying to collect up on all the last event pack sevens. Also the winner cards, man, because like literally it's the last chance for you to get them before those things rotate out.
Is that the dormant and coolers and all
Yeah,
that?
dormant, cooler, and what is it? Android
Android
16.
16.
Yep,
Yeah.
next week literally starts it. Where I'm
Yeah, these are gonna be
tempted
like this
to
Saturday and
yeah.
next Saturday, the last online regionals as well. So I think that's gonna be the last time to get them as well, I think.
Oh yeah. After
It
that,
might be,
that's it.
yeah.
On to the next. Yeah, Florida's stacked. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Um, we have an event like every week of August, but the last week I believe. That's insane. Let's see. August, best of one, best of three, Swiss. Yeah, we get Champ Pack Volume 1. Or it was Volume 1 of this one. So we get 1, and then 2 event packs. So we get 4 packs on entry. Not bad. And then, oh, okay. They
Not bad.
finally, they upped it. About time. So instead of just the winner gets the invite, I guess, yeah, there's, no, it's the same thing as last time, I think. Yeah, it's the
The
same thing.
alts.
Yeah. So it's
All right,
one
check
for
it
every
out.
8. One for every 8. You'll get the
Okay.
invite, which is pretty good. Yeah, I still want my play sets of these because these are just insane. It's probably like the event pack ever. It's probably insane.
Those are
Yeah, that's busted. Yeah, we have one for like every freaking week besides the last week, I think. Let me see. Next week is the AK Coral. That's way too far. Gamers has one Friday and Saturday. Cool. And this place has it on Sunday. So that's 3 days. Perfect. Ooh, I might hit JP. JP has one on next weekend. Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna hit all these up. It's about to be super plus. But yeah, let's get into the topics of today. What's up, guys? Let me turn off my screen. My bad. I was trying to fiend right now. Seeing what packs I'm gonna collect before these packs are over, guys. Make sure to check out the Dragon Ball site, man. Do what I just did. Here, let me share my screen one more time. To because a lot of people don't know. After this set, man, like that's it for the current event packs and TPs. All you have to do is go to this site right here. Where is it at? Dragon Ball Card Game.com, obviously. You're going to go if you just click the Dragon Ball card game, you're gonna press North America, you're gonna press US. It's gonna pop up. Just go to event, the tab, and you'll be able to see it right there. Just click this bad boy, boom. And there's also the pre-release, guys. The pre-release is probably gonna. It is next week. I highly recommend you guys skip that and just go to this. No offense to the stores, because the pre-release you're gonna get what 2 promo cards. Like you're never gonna play it. You're never gonna skyrocket in price. It's just gonna be. It is what it is, right? You're gonna get this and this. Like, are you
yeah.
really gonna waste your time. Like, are you ever gonna play these? Like, maybe you will, maybe you won't. But I'll tell you what you won't. What you'll be playing will be those event packs, man. That you're never gonna get again. So be sure to check this out. All you gotta do is it's gonna start by default in Store Championship. It'll tell you this. This is like the details. Best of 3 singles. Obviously, you get 1, and 2 these beautiful bad boys. And for every 8 players you get, so if you get 64 players, the top 8 will get this, along with top 8 will get their invite, which is huge. So I'm pretty sure last time it was only first place got the winner stamps and first place got the invite. So this is pretty big, guys. Make sure you attend your locals and yeah, do this. And the best way to do it is just go to North America. Yeah, 2 options. You can either click where you live on the map. If you don't like the map, you want to just read. There's nope. They take it off for the states. Yeah, just click what you want on the map wherever you're at. Florida's stacked. Yeah, that's it for that. So
Guys
let's
have
get
all the
back
juice.
into it. Yeah, we got all the good stuff, man. We got events lined up for their entire freaking month, besides the last week, which is super, super plus. Let me get this pop-up chat thing going right there so we can see whatever we have. Yeah, what's up, guys? It's your boy Eddie St. Hilaire, joined by the one and only Frisco Foss, coming at you with another episode of Team Talks, man. Today, what shall we talk about? What do you want to talk about? You have anything on mind today?
Ooh.
A lot
You
of
want to
juicy
talk about new?
topics.
You want to talk about new stuff? You want to talk about current stuff?
What do you mean by new and current stuff? Because
Like format. What do you think the format's gonna be? What do you think is gonna be good? What do you think is gonna be bad, etc.? Or you want to still try to keep it current?
we could talk about the new stuff because I think the current stuff pretty much is the new stuff since this is the last week of yeah, it's the last week before the ban list goes into effect
Oh
next
my
Friday
God! Holy
officially.
moly, you're
So
right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we talk about the new stuff.
So
What's
what's
up?
interesting, actually, the regional on the 7th, there's gonna be a webcam regional.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
probably
new
gonna
ban
have it.
list.
It's gonna be the new ban list,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's gonna be still prior to set 14, which will be or set 13, set 14, whatever set it is. Crossbeards before that's actually released. So that's gonna be an interesting meta actually, with like powered down mecha, Vegex, Dark Broly.
Probably
Kind of
what you
curious
saw at
about what those.
Houston, the one with Legends, one with King Cole. It
Yeah.
depends too. It also depends because I don't know. I think that's a core event, so I'm pretty sure the card legality starts when pre-release starts. But I'll double check it really quick
Ooh.
for you guys here. I'll pull up my screen so you guys can see. We could find out at the same time, guys. We'll be in this journey together. But at the same time, all this might be just for nothing because of course, like yeah, it's not legal, then it's not legal. But realistically speaking, I'm pretty sure all the cards usually become legal as soon
At
as
pre-release.
pre-release hit. Yeah, just let me know. They might have changed it, guys. I don't know. Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is.
I
Here it is.
think.
They might have changed it, but
Oh, actually,
it's usually no. I just said August. So technically speaking, if it just says August, that means what next week?
I I,
Yeah,
I would I
it
would
is
hope they're gonna
August twenty
update that.
first, huh?
Yeah, I hope they're gonna update that with a date. They should update that with a date because all the other cards I think have an actual date on them, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
this is
be
the
wrong.
first one because the set still doesn't even have the. I mean, we know when it's coming out, but the set officially doesn't even like have this. It's wild. That is wild
Yeah,
that they never
really
updated
weird.
that. Maybe they didn't want. Oh, there it is. They said this one for August 13th. So the
Oh,
set is
okay.
actually announced, but yeah, the card legality it's not up. But realistically speaking, it's always the pre-release date, which makes it legal. But once again, it's going to be up to core. So whatever it's core, right? Core is the seventh.
Let me see. I have it on my phone. It's either I think it is core. I think you're right, but let's see.
Yeah.
Uh, it is no, it's PBG this weekend.
No, this weekend CPG. It's not legal. This weekend is
Oh, the
it's yeah.
seventh. The seventh is CM
Oh,
Carta
card
Magic.
magical. Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
weekend I can tell you right now it's not legal for PPG. PPG
yeah, yeah.
still we have to do the ban this ban list. That's the past
Yes.
ban list, like
Yeah,
full power and
yeah.
everything. We don't really have a choice in that. So yeah, enjoy that regionals. But the seventh is going to be up to Card Magica to let you know what's up because realistically speaking, it says August 2021.
Right.
So since August 1st, 2021 hits, I don't know how you get those cards that early, but if you do have it, that's August 2021. So yeah,
That'd be crazy.
whatever they say goes. What's up, Coop? But yeah, we can talk about what you expect to see. We can here, let's make it fun. We'll do it by colors because I feel like that's the easiest way to actually get it up. We'll do two per color. I guess you'll pick one and I pick one. Then if it's the same leader, we'll just pick another one. I guess we'll start off with the red, like the regular colors. We do red, blue, green, yellow, and then black. And we can actually do multicolor too. 'Cause I feel like Surge decks are they're primed to have a comeback. Specifically, Surge Cell and Best of Three, which
I was
is
gonna say search cell, but
yeah,
Goku got hit.
super interesting. I according to Legends, the Invoker is still not dead. He just changed it up a little bit, which makes sense because you still do have that six shot that people just forgot. They just didn't play it because the burn was just uninteractable. Like
It's
you just
better.
did it,
Yeah.
and it was just like, yeah, you couldn't interact. But realistically speaking, you can't wait one more turn, because the six shot just dropped as deflect. Like
Yeah.
there's barely any cards that I could think of. Like yellow, you would have to final flash. Yellow has final flash. Black has the kind negate. But if you're
Yeah.
playing red, blue, or green, I don't think you have any like
Well,
interactable things for it because that's deflect.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, black has petrification, so you can't use its
Yep, yep,
auto,
yep.
right? Yeah. So black has that, has the Kai negate, right? Red has
I guess
I forget.
violent raise. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
violent raise will
violent
stop
raise.
it. So it's just
Yeah.
realistically, it's blue and green that just,
Well,
yeah, you
green has
hit it.
dormant, right?
Yeah, but that's still
Green has
two attacks to the
right.
to the dome, dude. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the
Dora plus
dome.
Dora plus
Yeah.
blockers. But
Really.
they're gonna have to have a carry or royal condemnation for Frieza. They'll have to
Yeah.
have that. They'll because
No,
you can still charismatic
how big
element.
is it a six drop? The Goku?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
6 drop.
okay. So you can no, it has to. It doesn't have to flex. It has to flex. Oh,
Yeah.
it's auto.
But
It's an auto. It's an auto. Never mind. Never mind.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep. I have it.
Blue has Mafuba. Blue can just Mafuba it if they really wanted to.
Mm.
Or they can just baby hatch, but you can
Oh,
actually
yep.
demon
Yep.
wave
Yep.
that.
Baby Hatch is funny. So
Um,
that card is next on the chopping block. There's two
yeah,
reprints
yeah,
secret rares. Will be the two errata secret rares.
I agree.
Baby Hatch
You
and
have
Cell. Cell got caught. Baby Hatch your next beat.
yeah, it's on the chopping block for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Big
definitely gonna be like
facts.
that, 100%.
Mm,
But yeah, no, Surge Cell should be back in form. I think a lot of people are gonna try to go back to hand destruction, especially if
mm.
Blue picks up,
Yeah.
which I expect Blue to pick up, and a lot
Yeah.
of people like Rebrians against Blue decks, especially against Blue Baby,
Yeah.
because Blue Baby hates it.
Yeah.
So I expect that to pick up a lot of steam for sure.
Yeah, I would push it a step further and say all hand instruction decks are on
Yeah.
that point where it's like it's a welcome back party for this format because
Yep.
everything that's super good, like King Vegeta, it's great. It's a great deck, but I'll tell you what, if you start messing with our hands, we got problems. Every deck, literally, like with hand instruction wise, it's problematic. Not only that, it's just like what I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry, it's too late. He says guys take Cooler Mill serious. I would venture to say it's not just Cooler Mill, it's just all mill decks, period. Because if you know how people do every set they go Vegex is dead, Vegex is dead, Vegex is dead. When people actually don't play Vegex, mill decks become super serious. Like really, really serious. I'm just talking about Cooler. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Janemba. I'd be surprised if we saw a bunch of stuff. I'm not even trolling, dude. Like a bunch of
Well,
stuff just come back from like the death of La La Land, like Android 18, sit there. Hey, you have 20 million tokens on your side. Swing for Freezer 5 drop. Yeah, you're dead, dude. Like,
yeah.
I would not be surprised.
Oceanus makes a lot of other mill strategies more viable for sure, like
Yeah,
mill, a cooler, and slug too. Slug is also a mill
yeah,
deck.
yep,
Technically,
yep,
it can
yep.
be a mill deck. So Oceanus and like you lost Roshi, but you gain Oceanus and Slug. I'm really interested to test that out because I mean Dormants and Oceanus, like they're never going to swing through that because if you swing through Oceanus, you're going to deck yourself out,
Yeah,
which is what Slug wants.
big facts. Yeah, but let's start with, I guess, Red. I think Red's the easiest one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna say the same deck. Is King Vegeta?
What
Is there another red deck?
the best red decks?
Yeah.
King Vegeta, the new Vegeta starter is really good. It is really,
How
it's
good?
really
Because
strong.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about new Vegeta, but I read the cards and I'm like, it's not that it's
It's-
not good. When I read those cards and I look at the current Vegeta King Vegeta deck, I'm like,
Yeah,
this does nothing that King Vegeta can do at infinite
it's
times better.
total.
Like,
It's
yes, you have plays which are unison, but then at the same time, the King Vegeta deck, because I read it, I just kept going back and forth. I'm like, this is what the new Vegeta starter deck does. This is what
yeah,
King Vegeta does.
totally different decks in
Yeah.
itself. I wouldn't, but I mean, the whole playing a unison untap too. You can do red green, where you're doing like 3 to 4 double strikes in the same turn. Imagine
Mm,
playing unison, new ruler, Piccolo, Junior Eradicator of Peace, Resolute, all in the same turn.
mm,
It's disgusting.
mm.
And just mono red. I know Matt likes it with mono red with the Bardock crew, and you can do unison plus 1 drop, 5 drop, and then play other 1 drops and new ruler. It's really good. It's a really strong deck. I think it's gonna be under players' preference of which one they like more. I like the option of King Vegeta just because taking your opponent down a certain life total is
That's
super relevant.
guaranteed, dude.
Yeah,
That's what I kept going
super
back and
relevant.
forth, and I'm like, they both pretty much can do what I want to do, but like
Yeah.
there's things like you just can't interact with. King Vegeta says when I'm doing this, like young invaders, you cannot interact with that. You just take the baby and take the life and draw a card. That's it. Like I
Oh,
understand the new Vegeta starter deck. You have a lot of explosive options, but it's nothing that King Vegeta can't do itself. Like that was my biggest issue with the deck itself. It's not that the deck was bad. It's like King Vegeta just offers uninteractable things that you just your opponent can't interact with. Let's see. Oh, we can do that too, Andrew, if you want, for the best side deck cards for each color.
ooh. Well, I think what side deck card, if we're gonna stick on red, is Brawly Crown of Retribution. That's gonna probably be 100% staple
I
in
had
the. I
that
think
deck
it
right in
gets.
the main board, B. That's how good
Yeah.
it is. That
Well,
card, especially if blue's a thing. Oh my god,
exactly.
blue lives with untap.
Especially if it's blue yellow. If
Yeah,
blue yellow's a thing and people are going to try to leave up Zamasu's
mhm,
counterplay and they have to leave up 2 energy, you have
yeah,
to punish them for it. And Crown of
exactly.
Retribution does that. So, um, side deck cards probably Jiren for turning the tide. Probably
Mm,
going to hunt, and that's going to be just side deck across the board now
mm,
because games are going to go a little bit longer. Aggro got hit a little bit. I mean, it's either going to be Vegex or Red Brawl is going to be super aggro, but
mm,
other than that, the game's going to live between turn 4 to 7 now, probably.
mm. I think that's what they're trying to accomplish here, just to slow it down just a tad bit. But there's still decks I think will push it to the limit. But
Yeah, of course.
that'll be
Yep.
remain to see. Let's see what we have. For red though, yeah. So we come to agreement. It's just both Vegeta starter decks. Because King Piccolo, I know a lot of King Piccolo people are saying it's not dead, but the amount of effort you have to do now in order to play that deck
Uh,
with one drum, to me, I understand you can still be very efficient. I mean, not efficient. You can still play the deck and do what you want to do, but the efficiency, it's totally not there anymore,
Yeah,
in
the
my opinion.
consistency. Yeah, the
Yeah,
consistency just went downhill. You just
yeah,
lost 3 targets in the deck that you can
yeah,
play off your leader skill, and it
yeah.
just feels like wind is just taken away from you. It doesn't feel as strong for sure.
Yeah, because like the other one already has unique. Technically, drum is unique too.
Yeah,
So it's
it's
like,
one.
man, how many cards do you actually have to play off of face up from you? It's just it's gonna be you're fighting an uphill battle, especially against other decks that are already established. Such as I'm just gonna skip to black and say I think the black deck moving forward is going to be Gogeta Zeno. That deck is just gonna if you try to like just roll like just inch by inch, you're gonna get destroyed by Gogeta Zeno. I think it's finally it's time to shine. Like it's been what 2 sets? It came out what set 11, set 12. It's finally
Yeah,
it's time to shine. Set 14. Yeah, man, I think that deck is right in prime, especially when people are talking about this baby hatch. Not baby hatch, it's the baby deck itself, dude.
right.
Floodgate City, that monster reborn, those floodgates that you just
Oh,
removed from the field, like oh my god,
you play
like
one Goku and one Vegeta,
yeah,
they're just screwed.
exactly. Like, oh my god, like it's just insane, guys. So
Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be really really rough. I think Gogeta Zeno, the only like I said, I've been saying this for the longest. The only downside to Gogeta Zeno once again is if you use Mecha Prepare against that deck is pretty much dead. All the Gogeta targets are 6-drop Gogeta Zenos. Unfortunately, they will force them to play the 1 drops for free. I mean, like fairly, or you'll be forced. I guess you can take that play off, that turn off, and just hold up negates so you won't die, and you'll crack them back on the next like turn. But it's really unfortunate, man. I did that. I feel like it should have been different costs, like 6 for all of them. It's rough, man. Like because they're very unique in what they do. So to just make them base like that is, I don't know. I just don't see it. But what do you feel like moving forward is the best black deck?
Oh man, I still think it's gonna end up being Vegex. I mean,
Vegex.
I think yeah. I mean, milling 5 or 3 instead of 5 is a hit, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's still gonna be. You probably just lower the deck count. You're 100% gonna be 50 cards. You just play Vegeta Ravager, probably play the IAR, the Boo Human Extinction Attack, and you just increase your consistency just by switching your deck ratios, and then you're just gonna be the same deck and maybe a tad slower, but it is what it is. I think it's still gonna be bonkers because it's gonna be those cards are just free. You don't have to pay any energy for them, so it's just like who cares?
Yeah. I agree with what you said on the consistent like honestly, it's for me. The reason why I didn't pick Vegeta, it's not the fact that it's now burst 3 versus burst 5. Like Vegeta is still gonna do Vegeta's thing. My biggest issue with Vegeta was on, 'cause I played the deck for the longest. It's now that blue is actually prime in a format. Vegeta is not like that color. What they cannot interact with
It's
blue. That's my biggest issue that I always have with Vegeta. That is the one deck. I mean, color it just does
fair.
not want to play with. It's like you could sit across from a red deck, from a green deck, from a yellow deck, from another black deck. It's like, all right, we got this game. Once you sit across from a blue deck, it was like you have to pray to the Dragon Ball gods. Like somehow it's just in your favor, and that's why I do not think Jax will see the light of day. Because as long
Yeah,
as blue decks are here to shine, especially I keep telling you guys, if you're a blue player and you're not playing, striving to be the best, it's just I mean, yeah, you're in like I don't know, it's like you're making your deck just vulnerable to super aggro decks like that because Vegeta does not have an out to it whatsoever. Unlike Gogeta Zeno, which just have a built-in out to it. But
yeah.
last word says y'all think Gogeta Zeno's gonna be? I don't think Gogeta Zeno's gonna be 1.5. I think Gogeta Zeno by default will be it'll have you gotta look. I'm looking at it through the lens of the meta, right? So I feel like a lot of slower decks are gonna come out from the woodwork, like Blue Baby and stuff like that. And Gogeta Zeno has natural answers in the main board. And yes, Baby can use Piccolo to bottom deck those things, but it doesn't matter because as long as they have targets in the warp, they can just play the 6-shot Gogeta Zeno and replay those targets again, and they can keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. They can literally, it's like with Jax, except spamming floodgates with the Gogeta. Like you thought Gogeta TP was broken in with Jax. Imagine playing it in the deck that it was actually made for. Like it's and turn to zero, you can stand Gogeta's in a turn one, you can stand. But Jax, you had to set it up. You needed the Spirit Bomb Goku guy doing this to warp all those guys and then grab your guy. It doesn't matter. Gogeta Zeno, I'm telling you, when you play the deck, hold on to your super combos and hold on to all your Gogeta 6 drops. That's it. You don't need anything else. Play the deck. You warp your guys, and it just
Yeah.
naturally comes. It's fluent, guys. It's super fluent, and that's why I put it like that. I still like Dark Broly. The only thing with Dark Broly is you did take a hit. I think you just the deck. It's still the same deck. You just got weaker defensively, so now you have to
Right.
play Protector to people. I don't. It's unfortunate because you can play Kai, but you have to be very vigilant with your energy if you do play Kai because it's like
Right.
almost you're playing everything for free because the time you do not play something for free and you only have one energy open, even two energy is risky. You only leave one or two energy open, you're super vulnerable, guys. Because if people don't play battle cards, they just attack with what's on board first. And then you Kai one time, you have one last energy open. It's like you try to Kai again and it just doesn't work. You're in for it, dude. Like that's the
Right.
biggest thing to Dark World. It's still the same exact deck. It's just it's you have to be very vigilant of how you use your energy.
You
That's the only
yeah,
difference.
well, you lost the flexibility of not caring about your energy, right? A lot of
Exactly,
people
exactly.
you had
Yeah,
15K combo
yeah,
power on the board, and you're just like, "Alright, I can just soak up 2 to 3 attacks. I don't care if I tap out, plus even maybe a power burst or whatever, like, I feel
exactly.
fine." You don't have that luxury anymore.
Yeah, perfectly said. Exactly. Especially in this format, honestly speaking, I'd probably move to the Mecha Guerreras back to the main board and just tap out. I'm like, all right,
Yep.
Mecha Guerrera, one drop, I'm going in. But the thing is, if you go in like that and you do not win, oh my, it's about to be hell.
Right.
So I think you're forcing, if you know for a fact you're not going to use your like you're not gonna it's not I can't even say use your energy efficiently because those guys are free, but if you know for a fact you're not going to be
Yeah.
disciplined to leave at least bare minimum with 200 open every turn because you want to spam guys, and that's the one thing I know we had in the team chats playing the Gogeta, like all those Gogeta cards, those things all cost one. So if you're constantly tapping energy down, I feel like you're forced to play protector to people. But if you're just sticking to just free play guys, yes, you could play Kai and get away with it because it doesn't matter. You'll be able to stop multiple attacks in one. So that's going to
Right.
be the build. And I tell you, I still wasn't sold on Gogeta's those Gogeta pieces for that exact reason because you're forced to play Protector. There's no other way around it because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
all those one energies, you're forced to play Protector. Like you're going to get clapped on the clap back. That's what I had for Dark Broly. Both decks are really good. All three decks are still really good. Like I've been saying that for the longest. Those are the top three black decks. I think the order just changed to where Gogeta Zeno just became the obvious winner because nothing got touched by it. Like I said, it has one weakness, which is to Mega Cabrera. But even if you do Mega Cabrera, honestly speaking, if you already have, if you play wise, you can tell when you're playing with Mega Cabrera. There's certain decks that there's actually I ain't gonna lie, Mono Vegeta is gone. Dark Broly, I don't even know what other decks could actually just have Mega Cabrera in their deck like that and just not
Soul
care.
Striker Janemba, baby.
So,
That's what I made like 3 of them in there.
so like if you know if it's best of three and you know your opponent has access to Mega Cabrera, just play wisely. Like have your 6 drop on board. The 6 drop, the 20k one that grabs your 2 guys from the warp. Do not use it yet. Wait till you get Mega Cabrera. Then use your 6 drop after the turn to get Mega Cabrera to bring your 1 drops back. Then that's the play you're gonna use your Kai to bring back your TP and boost those guys. Like you can play around. That's the one thing I like about Gogeta Zeno. It's really versatile. Like if you get hit with Violent Rage, because Violent Rage is another thing that hurts the deck. You can just go in with your 1 drops and you get around it because they'll swing starting at base 15k. Then you can either rip life, go to 25, or you can start comboing pieces off. It's very versatile deck to play. Very good. I will tell you what, it's not easy at all to pick up the deck. You will have to play a lot of games with that deck in order
Yeah,
to understand that deck. And the biggest thing people will realize is you will quickly deck out that deck if you're not doing things efficiently or right with that deck. Because
right.
do your best to stay at 50. Well, understand it's for Jax, but on a shorter time clock because that deck doesn't melt. That deck doesn't reshuffle. Once you're,
No, it does not.
that's exactly why it says
No, it
you.
does not.
Once again, guys, you can warp up to 5. It doesn't say warp 5. It says up to 5 for a reason because you got. I think if you do the math, what is it? 4 turns max. If you keep doing 5, because you start with it might be 5, but you got 5 turns max to do
Yeah.
the 5.
And
So
then I don't know if people know this, but you can do 1 card at a
yeah,
time, right?
yeah,
So
that's
if
what
you
I'm trying to. That's
do
why it says up
yeah,
to, guys. Do not forget
yeah,
that up to is for a reason. And I do think it's for because every single time you do the infusion, you draw a card. When you attack, you draw a card. So it's not the full
right.
5 turns, guys. And you awaken, you draw a card. Guys,
Yep.
be very vigilant with that deck. Let's see what we got. It says, yeah, Tickman Local is finding with Gogeta Zeno. Hardest matchup with Sin. Yeah, and I think that's it's
That
unfortunate.
makes
Aggro
sense.
Sin is gone. But
Well,
what's up?
you could even be talking about control sync because the 9 drops blank out your 6 drops, right? So if the 6 drops that you have to sack them to bring out your 1 drops, it negates that skill, so you can't even do it. So I don't even know
Oh
if he's
yeah,
talking about
yep, yeah,
control.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
if
can
you're
fail
talking
that as
controls,
well.
actually, yeah, it would stun you. I'm trying to think. What can you? Yeah, you can't. You probably you just have to. Damn, that's rough. Because even if you do sit on the Gogeta TP, they could just hate Shinra and pop.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah,
rough. Yeah, that's the only way. You literally have to sit on it, hope they don't swing and pop with haze, and next turn just sacrifice it. Like you'll swing, you'll warp the 9 drop.
yeah,
Yeah, it'll get whatever happens, but at least the guy is gone. But if they hit you with the haze, it's rough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be fighting an uphill battle. But you do have access to your 1 drops and stuff. You can try to get around it. Don't forget, guys, haze does I think it's higher than your energy, so you could just go try to go around it and hit it.
right.
Your one, what's his face? On there's if you have the 9 drop on board, it doesn't matter. Other than saying one guy has barrier, but he's just gonna block and get revenge.
Exactly.
That'll be
It's a
that'll
rough.
be
That's a
rough.
rough
That'll
matchup.
be rough. Just pray the Dragon Ball gods. The other decks keep seeing Shinron in check, and it just never comes back. I guess, man. That's what I can tell you. Because I'm not like think about it now. That's gonna be a hell of a matchup. Because you would, yeah. I guess that's
Yeah,
when
that's
you
a rough one.
playing black. You have to just, I guess, put in Mecha Cabarrus and lock them out and try to kill them before. The
Yeah,
one beauty of Gogeta Zeno is you can kill people on one and like not one on two. It's really good, really powerful itself. So that's the one upside you do have. So that was black. We hit red. I guess I'll let you talk about blue because I don't play blue. I know you're gonna
Ooh.
sell Soul Striker.
Well, I mean, yeah. As far as mono blue leader, yeah, Soul Striker, Blue Gohan, Blue Baby are gonna be your top contenders. If you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna say Soul Striker is the best blue leader we have right now. It's just generically the best. That gives you the best flexibility of your deck, and you have you can control how your deck is built and play it around the meta. Whereas like Blue Gohan or Baby just kind of they do what they do and that's it kind of thing. So they don't have a lot of flexibility to adjust their deck to what's current in the meta. They have very few slots to make adjustments for that.
one other deck I will say, I'm talking about mono blue right now. We'll talk about the surge cards after. Honorable mention, guys. I'm telling you, you're gonna be on the lookout like this at the events just to make sure Vegex is in check. And from nowhere, you're gonna see a wild Janemba just top cut. I'm telling you guys, and that wild Janemba is gonna end up going all the way to the finals because anytime you swing it, just out combo. It's gonna be the same exact BS where you can never get that last damage, and by the time you try to go for that last damage, you have to super combo, super combo, super combo. Oh my god, he out comboed it. I only have 2 cards left in deck. Yeah, I'm dead. Janemba is going to be a thing. It's going to be super, super annoying. The only, I guess, downfall to Janemba is you can't efficiently use the free counter plays because the green one, if you try to use, I mean, the Meager I can see playing that, but then the charismatic is dang, you can't use God Sealing. If God Sealing was at 4, oh my god, I think
Oh,
Janemba would
bro.
just take off. Like, the fact that you're just locked out from using these free counter plays is rough. The only one you can use, I think, is the yellow one. Yeah, it's just
You
be
can use, yeah,
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 it's
you
just
can
the
use
yellow
it
one.
again.
Yeah, you could play the yellow. I guess you could play a yellow unison. You could play the Vegeta unison of fear, but you don't have
Yeah,
to worry about Dark Real like that. No, I think a lot of the casual players are gonna stop playing it. You're probably gonna see the regular Dark Broly players play, but the casual Dark Broly players, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be off the deck by then.
yeah.
The if you really want to use unison, I think that would be your best bet because you do have options where you still have that alternate double strike tap one, and you do have access to stall the game because you'll have access to the Vegeta, the counterplay it comes in and rests whatever it is, and it's a blocker. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. And I can see blue yellow doing this thing too because blue yellow is very very popular, especially with the Zamasu running around rampant like that. So yeah.
right.
Uh, my boy said, Eddie, you playing this weekend? Unfortunately, I am not. I'm like tired to talk to my job to switch my things from Mondays to Thursdays because every single weekend and starting in August, gonna have these store championships, and I'm trying to rack up on all of these things. I will tell you, I am still on King, but that deck is addictive as hell. I should have never touched it. It's like crack. I should not have never touched that deck, dude. That deck is super addictive. The other deck that I'm playing with right now, I was gonna pick up the cards until I saw an announcement from Bandai for the new binder coming out. Now I'm scared to pick up the cards because it is kind of a wallet deck. It's a hand instruction deck, dude. I'm like, yo, I think this format. I guess we can talk about green afterwards. I'm pretty sure this format is primed for hand instruction deck. It's good. If you don't
Yeah,
have the Bora in your sideboard, you're going to if you make top cut, you are going to regret it. Like it's going to be rough. You're going to lose not because you weren't a better deck, it's because you had no cards in your hand. It's going to be
right.
you're going to be really really salty. I'm not going to lie to you. Blue. It says King Vegeta is the best in best of 3. Blue Baby best in best of 1. I don't know about that because yeah, because best of I don't know about that because you directly counter yourself. Because in best of 1, you expect to see a bunch of hand instruction. So off rip, Blue's gonna have problems with that unless you're like I guess Soul Striker has his streak because you're running the apes. Unless you have somewhere to keep
Boy.
that hand like healthy, I don't know about best of one's a blue baby trying to get there. It's like you're not gonna have a hand. Um, I wouldn't say King Vegeta is the best in Mystery 3. I think every deck, this is one of those formats where you can play whatever and get away with it. Only because blue's back in the format. And the fact that blue gets back in the format opens like the floodgates to everything else because it's like yo certain colors hate going against blue, certain colors
Yeah,
love going against, like green loves going against blue. I'm telling you, those black decks, we hate going against blue. It's like, bro, why in the world did you guys come out this freaking, it's like Pandora's box. When it finally opens, it's like psh,
well, it
bro,
just Black Decks
why?
hate Baby Hatch. It's just
Exactly,
that
yep.
card. They just
You
hate
can't
that
interact
card.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's super
they have no
annoying.
way.
Yep.
And the Black Decks says leave 3 or 4 energy open. Like, well, this just feels
Yep,
terrible.
yep, exactly. And it's like, I guess I have to pass. Go ahead,
Yeah.
your turn, bro. You
Oh.
cannot interact with that game. There's nothing in this game besides what I think the cooler. That's not it's cooler than the another blue card that you can't run.
Yeah.
Baby is a
Yeah.
5 drop 8. It has to say counter counter. It's that's one thing. Don't also forget because I did that mistake as well. The team chat corrected me. It's not an auto, guys. It's part of the counter. So even
Yep.
like even if you were to God sealing Baby Hatch for some god awful reason, you that effect and everything still goes through.
Goes
It
through.
does nothing.
Goes
You
through.
need a counter in order to stop that ability. So once again, it
Mhm.
would have to be you cooler that bad boy. But guess what? We're black, so that's yellow has a chance maybe. but that's I think you still neg. They still stop your turn because you just tap
Yeah.
3 to stop a cooler. So it's like, yeah, you coolered it, but your turn is still dead because you have no energy now, and you have what is it? What is it? I just said the other one.
Uh,
What's the other
Baby Golden
counter?
Avenger.
Yeah, yeah, blue, blue,
Baby.
blue. I guess you can
Yeah.
do that, but no one's playing the other units anymore. Everyone's playing blue, so you're not gonna. I mean, if you tap 5, you pretty
Yeah.
much got your turn stopped as well. So I think maybe Hatch is gonna be next on the watch list, guys. I ain't gonna lie to that clean. I think it's a good card. What makes it not fair is the fact that it has no cost. And once again, that's the issue we all had with Cell. Even if it's, as someone on the team earlier, like if somehow you were to get your opponent to tap, because that's the biggest problem with it, right? They can bait you and all that good stuff. Or even if they don't bait you, like honestly speaking, they could not know the baby hatches in your life. They're tapped out trying to survive, and you hit them, they have 2 life left, but
Right.
that one card they just got was the baby hatch. Game. Like your turn is instantly over, dude.
Actually,
There's no comeback from that.
what's the unfair thing about baby hatch is when you know when it's in your hand the turn prior, you
Hmm.
play that turn very loose.
Yeah.
Like you just swing at leader as
Yeah.
much time as you want because you don't even care about removal because
Yeah.
it
Oh
won't
yeah.
matter,
Oh
right?
yeah.
They're only
Yeah.
gonna attack one time,
Yeah.
right? So you could just swing all your attacks at
Yeah.
leader, then crack back after baby hatch, swing again all at
Yeah.
leader, and it's very hard for decks to stop 2 full turns, even for a blue deck when it's just
100%.
y- yeah.
Yeah, and going on what Frisco said, what makes it even worse than that is when your opponent just plays it so well, and it's like they don't use guys never use on the first attack. Like honestly,
Yeah.
assess the situation. You have to make sure your opponent commits, and once it's like the heroin lineage cigarette. Once they commit, it's like, oh yeah, I got you, and that's when they really when you drop it. Then that's when it's like, bro, really? Like why? Like just why? Even have I just I'm not greedy. Yes, I think it should be multiple energy costs because I think it's broken. But even if it was just one, like honestly speaking, or like you discard more than just one card, but like the fact that it's just free, it's that's rough, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because the only way you would counter that would be hand destruction. If your opponent, you just leave that one card in your hand, but it's not realistic. Like you would have to hit it with all crit and hand destruction and to put it down on one card. That's the only way to stop it. Otherwise, that's it. You need a counter. So it's going to be rough to go against that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. What first you said was correct. You have reboot. You have Gohan. You also have the How do you feel about BoJack Leader?
I don't think it's that good. I just for a deck to be super competitive,
Mm,
you have to do one of like a few things. One, you have to have like a auto win con like Invoker like turn 5 like a control deck, or if you have a really good offensive game plan that your defensive game it can be lackluster. Bojack plays the game really good on the defensive side,
mm,
right? But it has no amazing on play turns, right? So you're
mm,
really playing the game reactively, and but then you're just becoming worse control decks, like worse baby, worse
yeah.
invoker decks. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of the deck because you're forcing your opponent to have to interact with you for your deck to work, and that always doesn't work against all decks.
And once again, I think that's what I keep consistently saying. Bandai keeps dropping the balls by making cards generic and not leader locks. I can guarantee it to you, if all that Bojack stuff was specifically for Bojack leaders only, this would be a whole other conversation. But I think Briscoe's saying this because like it's essentially he's taking a Bojack deck and replacing a leader and says, I do what you do but better. It's true. It's like, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like
like Bojack. I mean, he pays 1 to untap 4,
Yep.
right? But like Soul Striker just untaps 2
Untap shoot.
unconditionally.
Exactly.
eh,
Every single
uncon-
swing. Yep.
Right, and he just gets the game started quicker, right? And you
Yeah.
don't have to really worry about hand size or hand
Yeah.
destruction because you're playing Saiyans. You're just playing better generic cards in the
Exactly.
deck, and yeah, and you're not really worried about the top deck of your deck, what's charging and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So random whiffs on like
Mm.
extra cards in unisons feel bad and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about that. You can control the entire game at your own pace.
Big facts. Hint, hint. Stop making
Yeah,
generic
and
cards.
and like I had like an epiphany with like Soul
Yeah.
Striker. I'm like, oh, this Boo unison's amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can just put this in Soul Striker. Like, what is it? Like, who cares if it's 4 costs? I'm
Yeah.
like, or 3 costs will die, and you could just play it the next turn. Who
Exactly.
cares?
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, cool.
Exactly. Exactly. It's also in what's his face? I was gonna say the same thing, guys. If you were to honestly think of it, do you guys honestly think? I know a lot of people are saying it needs to be. I honestly don't because the format is just wide open, and it's not just King Vegeta. That's an issue. There's a lot of problematic decks, but the fact there's going to be like a lot of different decks can be problematic. I think it's healthy, but a lot of people are complaining about King Vegeta. Honestly speaking, if you were to think all that Bardock stuff was specifically for a Bardock leader, you guys would
Yeah.
have that issue. I'm telling you, the generic cards I think are literally killing people's experience with this thing because players are gonna say, okay, cool, I see the strategy, I see what you can do, but I'm not gonna do it for the leader that you want me to do it for. Let's go
Yeah.
bring it back, guys. Let's go do. I think the only cards that are literally generic and just inherently go with what they're trying to do is Sports Speed the leader right now. It's literally Gogeta Zeno because after all
Yeah.
the hits for everything else, it just says, "Hey, I was made for the deck. Just let me go back. I'm gonna take my roots from Dark Roll. Let me take my roots from Project and go back to where I was supposed to be in, and I'm just gonna dominate." I think that's the one deck that says, "Let me just go back to my actual leader." Do you guys think yellow still has the same power to compete with other colors after the new set comes out? It looks like yellow can't do much. I would not say that at all. I think we lost a lot of I don't know if it's to say consistently a draw power from United Assemble. I don't think yellow's just gone, guys. I don't think specifically. Let me rephrase that. I don't think Mecha is gone because when we saw yellow guys, come
Yeah.
on, dude. Come on,
It
bruh.
lost
You know what you're talking
it
about.
it
Yeah,
lost a lot of its draw
yeah,
power, but the Bergamo at 1
yeah,
was the one
yeah.
one dagger
Yeah.
because, like, that's their best battle card,
Mhm,
and right now, if you have to lean into apes and stuff like that,
mhm,
it just as 2 cost combo in your hand compared to 0/5 with Bergamo is, like, a huge difference, just even comboing the card from your hand.
yeah.
So, it's kinda forcing you to always do blue-yellow right now just because ape is now, like, your best offensive threat,
Mhm.
you know, which is it's good and bad at its own pace, but is it dead? No. It lost a lot of steam, but a
Yeah,
lot of other things did at the same token kinda
exactly.
thing. Um, but blue decks, like the Soul Striker was keeping up with Mecha par for par with Unite Assemble,
Mm,
so I fear that it's gonna lose a little bit of steam against blue decks
yeah.
because it was already on par with it from my testing at least.
Mm. Big facts. Yeah, I mean, he hit it spot on. The one thing I will say is don't completely throw out the Bergamo because the thing still is at one. That's literally like you throwing away
Throw it
a
in there.
cold bloodlust. It's like, do they have it? You have to play around like they do have it because yes, it is at one. But once again, if they do have it and you do get tapped out for that turn, because I'm not now I'm specifically talking about blue yellow because blue yellow if you do get tapped out that turn and you have no way to untap that energy, and they're playing the blue yonto with the bean and stuff,
Mhm.
unfortunately they do not have the United Assemble. Yes, it's gone, but they can still just play the Basil for one. Proceed to tap you out and just beam and go in on you. So be very very vigilant on yellow decks, guys, because
Yeah.
it is neutered, but it's like your deck. It's still very playable. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah,
Let's see.
the most annoying thing about Unite Assemble was that basically whenever you wanted to take life with Mecha Frieza, you actually just drew more cards for just taking life.
Yes,
It's
that's what
like
I
if
was.
you're like, oh, I'm gonna take this 1 point of damage,
Yep.
but I'll just take the life with Unite Assemble
And
and
draw three
draw
more
2
cards
cards,
instead
and
of
then
just the
just
one.
combo
Yeah,
and then just combo one. I'm like, it's so annoying.
yeah.
Like you just netted
That's
cards from
yeah.
your hand for taking damage. It's so stupid.
That is wild. That was wild. I ain't gonna lie, that was super wild. Let's see. I mean, I guess we could talk about. That's it's funny because even after all the hits to yellow cards, I still think yellow still has only. I know you're gonna say yes, they have Gohan. Yes, they have Go Tanks. But honestly speaking, I think Go Tanks did super like Legend specifically. He did super well with that deck because he was counteracting all the mecha decks that are playing all of those extra cards for free. So he
Right.
was just drawing infinite cards. I don't know if there's any other besides King Cole that just plays extra cards like that. I don't know where you're gonna get that hand size from.
Then the new Black Sin maybe because Black
I don't think
Sin
you were
will
gonna play
send. Yeah,
that. I'm sorry.
I I know. I'm just answering
I
your
don't think you
question.
were gonna play that. Oh
So,
man.
yeah, no, King Cold would be the only
Yeah,
extra card heavy deck
exactly.
we have.
Like
Yeah,
it's so weird. Oh man, like it's just rough. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, do you think Control Sin will come back, or do you think it's just gone? Because the game did slow down. Like it's not nearly as fast as it was. There's
I
still
think it
some
can
decks
come
that'll kill
back.
you on two or one, but I don't know if it's enough to make. Do you think it'll come back?
I think it can come back, but it lost a little bit of steam. I
Hmm.
mean, they always sell Zenode anyways after turn 5 anyways, and
Yeah,
I think they still have to lean
exactly.
into it
Yeah,
because you have to win the game, and if you don't do that, it's very hard for them to win the game. Like it's like sell Zenode cooler at some point.
yeah,
Um, but if you want any deck that's going to be hard to hand destruction, I guess Sin is actually pretty good against it
yeah.
because
It
they have to
is
kill
because
for nine.
if
They
they
have to
stall
kill
you
for nine
out, bro,
drop.
this is gonna monster reborn.
Yeah,
It's gonna be rough.
yeah. So I could see it coming back, yeah.
Yeah.
I just see games not going to 3 games, man. Like if you're gonna play Control Sin, it's like
No,
playing
100%. Yeah,
Baby.
yeah.
You're
You
probably
have
gonna
to
play
win
1
game
game.
one. But then
Yeah,
if you do win game one, what better deck would you want in your hand than Sin Shenron? Dude, that
right.
says you're
So you
never gonna get my life. Like that's the one. That and Hat Jack
play like
are probably
3 or
the one
4
of the two
blockers.
decks that I want to. If I'm up one game and I know like literally all I have to do is get a tie, sit and Hat Check on it. I would have been play Blue
Yeah.
Baby because Blue Baby is still risky. Sit and Hat Check, I don't think it's possible because like literally if your deck does not have a main board like answer to get over that 9 drop, you're stuck. You cannot interact. It's literally a bloodlust on legs. Like it's rough, dude. So
Yeah.
man, that's super super rough. Let's see what we got. So yeah, for yellow, I guess hey, we'll put Senna on honorable mention, but I don't know if Gohan has enough steam. Yes, you're drawing all these cards, but for what? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing exactly? Like,
Bergamos was his best battle card,
yeah,
but going
exactly.
down from 4 to 1, it's
Mhm.
like yeah, I mean you can play apes, but like if you're giving your opponent all their energy still, like
Yeah,
they can still survive. It's not gonna feel
exactly.
as great.
Exactly. So I know a lot of people playing that. I'm like, just like what we just said, you're drawing those cards. For what? Um, yellow gold tanks. I can
It's
in
just
a
gonna be a
world
big
I
card.
can see it. I can see it. It may have to be an off-brand deck, like something that's rebuilt and revamped. I can see it doing work, but I'm not gonna count that deck out completely. Only because there's multiple ways to build that deck, and it doesn't have to be yellow. It doesn't have to be blue yellow. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Doesn't-
Because I don't know if we're gonna venture into that deck or not. But I can see that deck possibly doing some things. Only because Union Fusion, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Just read the ability. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, it's just gonna leave it like that. Uh, so the 3 cards for yellow I can see is number one is Mecha Control,
Yeah.
and I think Go Tanks that we will see. So what didn't we hit? We're missing one. Oh, green. I know a lot of people are gonna say King Cole for green by default. What are you gonna say for green?
King Cole, Boo is actually really good.
The new blue.
It
I talked
has
about that one. I haven't played it yet or read the
yeah,
cards.
it's a very strong turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 plays. Just a lot of attacks, a lot of swings. You know, draws a good amount of cards and stuff like that.
What are
So
the swinging
it,
at? 15, 10,
15s and
15s?
20s, 15s and
20,
20s
15
usually
and
smash it.
20s?
Yeah,
My lord.
yeah, but it doesn't have any. It has a hard time closing out games for
Mm,
sure because it has no top end threat. And the 5 drop Boo is it's good, but it's like you have to be way ahead for it to really matter. And if you're behind, then you're tapping out without a unison, potentially without dormant. Well, not without dormant as
mm.
well because you got rid of your own unison. So it's gonna be hard to survive those turns. So winning the game is the biggest challenge for Boo. But if you want something that does something super strong for his 2, 3 turns, Boo is definitely there.
You think it's like turns 1, 2, and 3 better than King Cole?
King Cold has a very strong turn to play with the whole unison and
Mm,
4 drop Frieza and all that. That's a very strong. It's about on par with it, I would say.
mm,
But the ceiling of King Cold's probably a little bit higher because if you let Berry Blue stick, you can just draw a lot of cards. So
mm,
it's probably ceiling is a little bit better. And then you also have a triple strike unison, which Boo doesn't have. So it's King Cold can end the game a little bit easier.
mm,
Plus King Cold double strike leader and then unison triple strike. It gives you options to win the game. Boo doesn't have it.
mm. All
So
right.
I give the Nachi Kinko a little bit.
All right, my answer is going to be somewhat unorthodox. It's the same thing I've been saying for the ban list, right? For the ban list, I've been saying the winners from the ban list 100% before it even got announced. I mean, like before the actual list was revealed, I've been saying it's blue because I'm like, we know for a fact there's nothing in blue that's going to get hit. We know red's going to get hit. We know 100% black's going to hit. The yellow's going to get hit.
Right.
Green, I don't know, but you know, Banner has something against green, so something might happen. But then for a fact, 100% blue is going to hit. So he said blue is going to be the winners. Now for green, the winners by default, in my opinion, is hand destruction decks. I'm not gonna say what leader. All I'm gonna say is those guys who love to. How many cards are in your hand? I think your time is back. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that because it's not just blue decks. I'm telling you, a lot of decks that didn't care about like Dark Broly. You can rip my entire hand. I didn't care. I'm killing you still. But
Yeah,
Jax, I didn't care. I just have to mill 5. I'm killing you still. All those decks that didn't like you ripped their hand, they just didn't care. Yes, it hurt. I'm not gonna say it didn't hurt, but honestly, at the end of the day, it didn't affect them killing you. Are heavily they're hurt. So now you ripping the hand of a hurt deck is gonna be rough. I'm telling you guys, it's not the same. And I think the last round in the GC, I was playing King Vegeta. As good as that deck is, my last round I played against Cell Surge. He's still in the top 16. This is the guy I had a deck profile on. He's still up on top 16. My hand was rough. Like I won because my guys are just one. Because like the thing about Cell, right? He can rip your hand while saying you're not going to attack. Not only you're not going to attack, you're forced to play your guys. They're all going to be rested, and he can clear your board while ripping your hand. So
right.
the only thing that saved me in that game was my Eddie token negates, bro. If I did not have those negates, I would have got waxed 10 out of 10 times. Like literally, he swung, I negated, drew a card that I was never gonna see because we was gonna get credit for
Yeah.
my life. And then I had a token blocker to make sure he could not touch my battle cards. So next turn they were gonna restand and go to pound town on him. That's the only. If I did not have those token negates, I was done for 100%. I could not interact with that deck. The only he didn't even misplay. There's only one time he misplayed. There was one game he did forget the interaction between Young Invaders and Demigra, and boy oh boy, I did not let him live that one out because I was turning sideways at Demigra. Like it didn't matter at that time and point. But other than that, like game one, there was not one misplay. The only reason I'm saying I was able to get him because everything he swung with was with critical, and the only
Yep.
reason why I got it was literally those all those token negates. I had two opening in hand. I mold. I found my third one. My third one got it from Lad. All four. I was clip, 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 clip. That's it. That's the only reason why I won it. Without those, 100% I lost the game. So
Yep.
if you're green, by default, I think if you love hand instruction, it's your time to shine, baby. That's what I want to say. I'm not gonna stick on a leader. You can play set one Broly. You can play Searle Surge. You can play Android 13. A lot of people don't like Android 13. I just don't know why. I think Android 13 is one of the best hand instruction decks.
It's that OG Brawly vibe, right? If you don't see your stoic fist, then the deck feels terrible, right? If
But
same
if
thing
you
with OG
see,
Brawly, if you don't see your ring, then you feel deck
yeah,
feels terrible.
that's big fact. But when you do, all you gotta see is just one. Once you see one and that thing pops off, bro, do you know how many cards you're about to draw by seeing just one? This is the worst
Yeah.
case scenario. Just one Stoic Fist. Your opponent discards the one. You draw like 4 cards. That's not even including if you attack yet. Like the amount of value you get just off one is 100%. But you're 100% correct. If you don't see it, yeah, you're in for a rough time, buddy.
Yeah,
But the
it's deck feels terrible.
yeah, but the ways you can mitigate that you can't really do going turn zero and dark early is you do have one drop searchers. It's the one drop. It's not an android. It's a scientist. You look at the top three. If somehow you didn't get it in your opening hand, I'm telling you, put all 6 back. I don't care. If you have 3 super,
Oh,
put all 6
100%.
back, dude. You need to. You're gonna see those super combos again.
100%.
Trust me. By the way, the super combos they shouldn't be discarded. They should be 100% Android 18s. I understand they don't discard them, but you got to rip your opponent's hand and tell them they're never going to see a card for another. That's it. Your cards are
Yep.
gone. But put all 6 back. Now, if you open a brand new card, pen of 6, and you still don't see Stoic Fist, that's why you play those one drop androids. Because if you do not see it in a game, the longer you don't see it, the more you're just gonna get thrashed, and it's not gonna be
Yeah.
close. You're not gonna be able to come back and hurt their entire hand. Once the game gets started, it's gonna be rough for you. Um, great deck though. Do not sleep
And
on it.
turn one Power of Legend is really good as well.
Yep.
The Black Goku card that's a
Oh yeah.
critical.
Oh yeah.
Just turn
hundred
with that
percent.
card's
Yeah.
stupid good.
He's that and Cell Surge against me. Like literally, that's the only reason why he took
Yeah.
out one of my guys was from that on the Power Legends. Other than that, everything that like he's his leader, he's swinging a battle card, which is far on his play, token negate. Everything he summoned that was not his leader and was not the Toa overall was all crits. He had the double
Yep.
strike crit guy. He had the power of legends. He had the Frieza doing the guys that keep doing. I'm like, bro, what is
Oh my
going
god.
on? It was this token negates. Say I was dead. Like I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, bro, I have 2 cards in hand. Those 2 cards just happen to be those token negates. And I'm looking at critical, 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 critical. This guy's
Oh
crit, but he
Jesus.
warps one of my battle cards. Like, yeah, this is not gonna be fun at all. But yeah, those things saved me. So let's see. I'm not gonna say specific leader, but I will say those are the ones you want to look out for. Me personally, the leader that I want to play as hand instruction. I didn't. It's not those 3. I'll put that out there. But be on the lookout for those 3 because those 3 are really, really good and really, really popular. Yeah, I want to play something spicy. Guys who are following the older team chat state, they already know what I'm talking about because it's a deck that I played around with for the longest. But I just didn't feel like it was up to par against certain decks, such as like Dark Rolex. I'm like, yeah, rip your hand, but I'm still dead. So I just put it down. But I am going to pick it back up because I think the
All
deck is
right.
just absolutely insane. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I think that's all the colors. So now let's hit the Surge colors. I think I said one my mistake. Cell Surge.
Yeah.
100%, 100%. Guys, the deck works. The deck works. Especially when you put people who've been playing this game, like well-seasoned vets behind that deck. Deck's going to work. And the board that you think is going to mitigate it, it's not going to work. Because those well-seasoned players are going to hit you with one or two things. They're going to stack up infinite Dark Power Black Machines on board. So, yes, you do draw 2 cards. But if they have one Black Machine, you're going to give it 2. Those 2 cards you just got, you're going to give them 2. If they have multiple of them, you're going to give up 4. You're going to at least 4. Or worst case scenario, since you do look at the top 5, you don't have to reveal. But what you reveal is the one you pitch. I'll just pitch a Quetzalcoatl and say, hey, okay, cool. This is game 2. This is top card. I see your sideboard. You got the Deborah. All right, cool, fam. Look at the top 5. I grab this. I pitch Quetzalcoatl. Hey, I'm gonna tap one for Quetzalcoatl. Now let's proceed to
Yep.
rip your hand. Oh, you're gonna play the Deborah? Cool, guy. Warp. Doesn't matter how many
Yeah.
Deborahs you play. Warp. Like against well-seasoned vets, Deborah does nothing unless you main deck it. Now, if you main deck Deborah, you're a pro. Let me not say that. You're gonna get thrashed against other decks. But if you go get hand destruction and you main deck Deborah, bro, the power of the Dragon Ball gods are with you. But I'm telling you guys, well seasoned vets, games 2 and 3, the board does nothing to them. It's like, okay, cool. If they
Yeah.
have one extra energy, play around it. That's it. And be on the lookout for Quetzalcoatl as well. I think Quetzalcoatl stops a lot of cards in this format. So be on
I'm
a
surprised
lookout
that
for
card
that.
didn't get touched, by the way.
I
That
am too.
card.
I'm not gonna lie. But I had my heart in my hand because I have, I think, 2 playsets to Quetzalcoatl. I'm like, I don't want to let this go because if this can survive the ban list, it's going to. There's not one deck in a format it does not hit. Like I'm trying to think about it. What deck doesn't it
Eh,
hit? That's relevant. Literally everything.
I mean, I guess Vegex technically doesn't hit because Vegex doesn't play anything on your
Oh yeah,
turn,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
That's true. That's true.
But
Magic. Yep.
and like Red Brawly, but like, who
Even Red
cares?
Broly it hits. Red Broly. If you clear a board, they start. Okay, I'm gonna play the
Yeah,
board.
that's true.
Bro, you
That's
are
true.
got.
That's true.
You are like got. But
Yeah, I
man,
was I refused to buy any quotes because I thought I was gonna get hit. I was like, I'm not gonna. I was like, I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
buy
want to
them. And they're
sell
all
them because of the exact opposite. Cause I'm like,
yeah.
I'd rather hold on to them and get burnt than sell them for the low and get burnt trying to pick them back up again. I'm like, bro, that's gonna be even a worse neg. I held on to them.
Uh,
I looked at the ban list. I'm like, Dragon
yeah,
Ball gods love me.
they, they're gonna be a judge promo, which is cool. But
That
hopefully
is,
they're in the anniversary boxes of reprint because I need a couple copies. I'm not
or
gonna lie.
at least yeah, at least in the what is it, the God foil, not the God foils, the Secret foils, the one that just got announced.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too. It says it doesn't really hit blue, but it. I guess you're forced to play Gohan because all your other ones like the Mechiorps, the Vegeta Raider, everything that's not Gohan, that's a battle card, it does get hit. But Gohan doesn't get hit. You're correct on that. But you better have that Gohan in your hand by the time that guy pop off, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be really, really rough. No,
Yeah.
Gohan doesn't get hit by Quetzalcoatl. No. Because for some reason they wanted to rule that permanents kick in before it's in play. I personally say, hey, you play this bad boy, nah, fam. You pay the tax and then let your effects resolve. But I don't run this game. They say permanents kick in and as soon as it hits field, I'm like, I
Or if
guess.
Koichikai checked original
Yeah.
power and
Original.
not
If it's original, that would be cool too. Gohan is the only battle card that they have that will not get. I mean, Baby Hatch, but Baby Hatch is a secret, so it's on another whole lunar power level itself. But the actual battle card against it are not Baby Hatch; it's literally just a gone. But Vegeta gets hit, the Meteors get hit, all your little servants, the Bulla gets hit, everything that's not gone essentially, and Baby Hatch. All right, Surge. Oh, we got Legends in here. I guess I'll let Legends talk about it, bro. My boy Legend said he's still gonna smoke people up next format with Invoker. He's still gonna burn you to zero with Invoker. Legends, type up how you feel. Yeah or nay, bro. Is it still possible or is it not possible?
I mean, it's possible while he's typing. It's not
I just
super
think
likely.
I just think it's an extra turn.
Well,
It's literally just
I'm
an
not
extra.
gonna.
How hard is
I'm
it
not
for
gonna.
Invoker to stall one extra? They stalled you 5 turns, one extra turn. How hard is it for them to stop you? You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
it just depends though, right? Because now Invoker, if the burning is the route you want to go, you have to get them down to 4 or 5 life, probably four now,
Yeah,
right?
I don't
Unless
think I don't think you get 8 on no more like you said. It
yeah, right.
says
That was the beauty of the deck, right? That you never actually had to deal any point of damage.
yeah,
Like
that was
you
rough,
sometimes
dude.
yeah, but now you're forced to bring them down to four-ish,
Yeah.
right? Which is because then you can resolve either 3 6 drops or just wait a turn and just do 2 6 drops and turn 5 and turn 6, one on each turn, and then Caplo and call it a day. But then you're giving your opponent more resources to kind of crack back you, and
Yeah,
Invoker doesn't typically like that.
makes sense. Yeah, he said the same thing I said. It says it's just one more turn on 4 energy. I'm telling you, that's what I think too. Because trust me, I think I played Legends the most last season. Matter of fact, the G Series last event. It's probably a sign I shouldn't play Dark Broly. This literally the one time I don't play Dark Broly is the one time I didn't play Legends, bro. But every event before the G Series, I played them in Top Cut and Swiss. I'm telling you, from personal experience, for them to stall just one more turn, it's super. It's not something that's like, well, it's gonna hurt them as much because as much as this man stalls, dude, I'm like, bro, what in the world can I do? It's literally one more turn. It says I saw a stream that a perfect hand King Vegeta destroy Dark Broly. That's not possible. That's 100% not possible. You cannot destroy Dark Broly on turn. That guy must have super misplayed. Or if you're talking about post errata, nah, there's no way you do that pre errata, dude. It has this had to be the post errata event because there's no way they jump pre errata because it's 100% not possible. Like, what in the world was he doing? Like, I don't get it. Post errata, I can see a world if you underestimate King Vegeta and you tap out. Yeah, you're God. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you tap out, like you don't have protector people, you know against King Vegeta, you're super God. But that's your fault. You should 100% seen that coming. But
Yeah.
there's multiple ways you can interact. Because I played Andrew right in the event, but this is pre-rata. I played him. Same concept though. It's not that I had infinite combo power. It's the fact that you have to be main boarding Super Kamehameha. A well-timed Super Kamehameha shuts that deck down because the cards that really kill you is the switching gears, even though it's not the one that's actually doing the damage. Then being able to fix your hand and find more of the 1K weenies that's about to tear you to pieces, 100% messes that up. What else was it? Never get the young. I don't know why people do it on Young Invaders. Number one, guys. All right, let me give you a coaching lesson on Super Rare. Never do it on Young Invaders because they could just choose zero. Never do it on Young Invaders still because it doesn't matter if you do it. They can still play it again next time, and they're not gonna lose a card from your hand. Always do it on the switching gears. 10 out of 10 times, do it on switching gears. Take the life. Do not tap out. Leave that one for protector. If you try to thinking I'm gonna save a life in order to just tap in energy, don't do it. You're going to get
Right.
utterly thrashed, dude. Take the life, use the one energy for protector, you're safe. They're not gonna keep going. You're trust me, you're safe, bro. Um, what does it say? Oh yeah, Legend said yeah, it was the day two post rata event. I think I saw that match. Yeah, that was super nice. The dude kept taking damage, and I do not. I think he saw that. He finished him with the SS4 Bardock. He did not compensate for that Bardock, and he did not compensate for the fact that this is
Oh,
post
fighting
rata,
against
dude.
fate.
Yeah, he literally kept taking. I seen it. He kept taking damage. He kept taking that, but it was obvious he had fighting against the fate because he went in. I think he did a tower or something, but he dumped 3 cards, made it 30K. He had like 2 cards in hand. I'm like, why would he just leave Dark Broly at one? That instant out of awakening and say, okay, cool. This guy's trying to kill me fighting against fate. I think he took it
Yeah.
1-1 and then started trying to do the math with fighting against fate his war, but it was too late. I'm like, bro, you're dead. Like you are dead. What does it say?
Yep.
It's rough when you start with 6 cards And hand. You see, the thing I'm telling you right now, as a Dark Rally player, bro, the only thing that's rough, it's not the Young Invader, it's not none of that good stuff. Because you're giving me cards for me to combo. I can do all that stuff. The thing that's rough is those crit hits. The critical attacks, those cards I don't see. So especially now when I need to see certain pieces such as super combos in order to keep my combo alive, it's rough. But if you're the Young Invaders giving me life, I don't care. You swinging with your leader, you swinging what is his name? Borgos, I don't care. Bardock's 100% negate those attacks. You're not no crit attacks can now hit Dark Broly. 100% getting negated. Realistically speaking, they're going to swing with their leader first. The reason why they're going to swing with leader first, they want to get the top 5 and see how they're going to sequence their turn. If they get
Right.
another one drop, whether it be Borgos or whether it be Bardock, they're gonna see it. I'm telling you, 10 out of 10 times they're gonna swing with leader first. Trust me, guys. Protect your people on that first swing. That's it. They swing again, it's gonna be 15. As long as it's not critical, take the damage. Trust me, bro. They're not gonna swing again. From that point, if they're gonna swing, your guys are gonna be at 20. They're not gonna give you 5k just for you to just take a damage and get your. It's not mathematically correct for them to do it. So it's trust me that matchup is not as hard to make it seem. Now, if you're playing pre-errata mindset, and once again, it's the last thing I'm gonna say because we're going way too long on this, and you tap out turn one when it's KV, yeah, you're dead. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're 100% dead. Trust me. Um, yeah, yeah, I saw that match, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so we still have Legend said it's still one more turn. So I'm gonna say Invoker, Cell Surge. What other Surge leaders we actually have?
Good ones. Our boy
Yeah,
Piccolo and
Piccolo's
Surge Coup.
dead. Nah, Surge. I'm surprised someone actually hasn't picked up Surge and says, I'm just gonna go to Pound Town. No. Another one for real, for real, for real. I'm honestly disappointed hasn't came back was Broly. The red green Burly Surge. I'm like, bro, that could be technically another hand instruction. Because I'm trying to think. The arrival pieces come, they control your combo, right? What else is it?
Yeah.
What
No.
is wrong with that deck? Because you actually have the perfect access to the Piccolo draft box. Like it goes hand in hand. What's the problem with that
Yeah.
deck?
It's just worse launch because it sees less cards, it doesn't draw as much kind of thing. So it's like, would you rather just be launch it just gonna see like 4 or 5 more cards? Like, well, probably a lot more cards than that over the course of the game. But I mean, you see an extra 3 cards where Brawley only sees 1 or 2 cards per turn per full turn. Where launch sees 6, Brawley can see 2. So it's like, eh. Um, specifically for red green. And now with U7 Gohan, it's very similar because you just combo draw cards. So red Gohan and Surge Brawley, they're like the same deck now, basically, but one's focused on U7, the other one's just on red green. But yeah, no, I just don't think it's that good. It just doesn't. Just not gonna think
All
it's
right.
gonna get you there.
I was always interested in that. I always saw Red Green. I saw the Chi Chi's. They pretty much draw two. I saw
Yeah,
the pieces. But my biggest thing, I don't know. I got to talk to Riti Robbie because like I know that guy loves red decks. I just never seen why it just never. I mean, I see the thing for saying with launch. Launch just almost got destroyed by launch at the G series. It was a sad day. Thank God for Heron's lineage because once again, it wasn't for that card. I probably got smoked all 3 games.
did you steal or something? What you drop?
Bro, Heron's lineage was insane, insane. It says it's a legend says it's a budget launch with untapped too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly the same. It's just because like it does the same thing. It enables a combo step, but just launch does it better.
You think launch will ever see play again?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm working on her. I got a couple builds I want to try. The Caplo ruined my girl a little bit. I'm not gonna
This
lie.
man said cat blew up dead. Trying to break the game over here. Kepler Surge got pretty good. I never ever went to an event and seen even during Surge format. That's the one Surge leader I've never seen. I've seen every single Surge leader in action, but Kepler Surge.
Poor girl.
Bro, I'm trying to think
Poor
here.
girl.
The only thing, the closest deck I seen to like that, what is it? What universe is that? U6 was probably the Cabo Vegeta leader. I've never
Yep.
in my life seen that girl in action. I know what she is. I know what she does. I knew she, and I also know that she was super pricey. I'm not sure she still is, but I know she was super pricey. But I've never went to an event and actually be like, oh snap, look, it's kept this. Bro.
The only thing that gave her light was that when Zeno Button got banned, she
Yeah.
was the next leader that could use Dimension Magic and Bardock Apes in the same deck. Because Dimension Magic was your other
Mm.
Zeno Button. However, the Kefla leader has to like play all Universe 6 cards. I'm like, well, this just deck just doesn't work with what the best cards that we want to just do with the deck, and the U6 cards just aren't good enough. They're just not there.
Man, they should make some support for that. Because now I'm thinking, that's super ice cold. Like
Yep.
literally, I've seen set one Champa and I seen literally. I'm pretty sure I've seen every single leader. No, I mean, I said, yeah, I haven't seen. I've seen cooler set. I've seen a lot of leaders played, but I've never seen. Not even on Untap. I haven't seen. I never seen Kefla play. That's crazy, crazy, dude.
It,
Oh
it came
man.
with a new blue yellow 2-drop hit that goes into the yellow 5-drop hit for cheaper, but the yellow 5-drop hit is just not a good card even at 2 or 3 energy. It just is just not good enough,
Mm, that's rough. But yeah. So.
sadly.
Oh man, that's rough. Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have any questions for us? Because I think it's about that time. What last minute questions do you got for us? And while you guys are thinking about that, I guess we can start with closing comments. So, anything you want to hit him with?
I'm excited for the next set to come out. I'm excited for just a reset. I think this format right now is a little stale, so I'm just super excited to get a new format, new cards to play with, etc. I think it's just gonna be refreshing. I feel like we've been on this format for a while, even though we really
Mm,
haven't. But I feel like we've been cycling around the same decks for the past few months, which is probably true because a lot of them were for previous sets. So I think we're gonna start a lot of see new a lot of new blood with new decks and things like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for August 6th, that date. I'm excited
next
for that
week,
date.
yeah, next week. Hopefully, Carter Magica puts out a statement because as of right now, I mean, if you look at the site, it does
Yeah.
say it says August. I mean, nah, that's illegal.
I,
So I'm talking about the actual card, like the card legality itself. It just says August 21st. So August 21st is next week. It says, I mean, technically that's the first.
oh, August 1st. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, technically, I mean,
I imagine they're gonna do the ban restricted list because it's gonna be past August 6th. I don't. Enough time has passed by.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
technically
they'll do that for
speaking,
sure.
the August 1st is the August 2021. Technically speaking,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah.
What are
Let's
your
see.
closing statements?
My closing statements are: it's still a fun, exciting time to play Dragon Ball. The cards that were on the ban list, once again, guys, don't forget. Yes, even though wounded but not out, you will still see them. Um, People may leave them, but those players you see at events that still played our Broly or projects, just going with the understanding, saying, "Hey, this guy knows what he's doing with the deck." Because in order for you to still hold on to that deck, means you understand the ins and outs of that. Like if
Right.
you see the one of I think it was like 3 or 4 players that still might be playing Dark Broly, they know the ins and outs of that deck. Those players are still playing
Yeah.
projects, they know the ins and outs of that deck. The one newcomer that's black, because I'll speak for that deck, is Gogeta Zeno. Be very vigilant. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, this is pre-errata Dark Broly, right? When I had all my infinite combo powers, there was I think like 2 PPG events ago. I almost got early thrashed after I charged one energy. It was his turn too. After I charged one energy, I almost got destroyed. I think it was by one of the legends. Was actually he was from up north. I'm not sure if he's from Jacksonville, not Jacksonville, northern Florida, or from another state. But I almost got utterly thrashed throughout infinite combo power. He was just going in. So be very vigilant of that deck going second and tapping out because that deck will sit there. And I'm talking no crit attacks. It was just I'll give you cards to your hand and I'll make you all combo them. But the difference is my ending swings, they were bigger than my swings. I was swinging, I think he was swinging base 35s, dude. I'm like, bro, what's going on right now? Like his beginning swings, I was taking them, they were 10s, they were 15s, 10s, 15s. I'm like, okay, yeah, obviously I gotta take it. I have zero combo power. Now awaken, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you're gonna stop attacking, right? He goes, nope. Swung again, unison, put another one under it, 15, swung, pitched it, gave all his one drops an extra 10K, used leader, give it another 10K, 25, swung, took a life, 35. I'm like, bro, what is happening right now? It was insane. Overrounds,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm done right now. I won that game, but it was super, super scary. This was pre errata. So Be very vigilant going second against Gogeta Zeno. Let's see what else. Yeah, Michael, you guys already know what's up, man. Hand instruction, we back, boys. I'm gonna jump on the train. Maybe next event. I'm trying to explore my options this season. I explored King Vegeta. King Vegeta, guys, is like super addictive. Don't play it unless you're sold that it's gonna be a deck you're gonna play for the rest of your life. That's how that deck has me feeling, dude. Like it is super, super, super addictive. I'm gonna explore a little hand instruction. Yeah, that's the deck I really want to explore. It's hand instruction. I'll probably end off the season playing Gogeta Zeno or Dark Broly. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a black deck. You guys know me. Like if the Invitational or National come up, probably be Dark Broly or Gogeta. It has to be something black because I think
Hopefully.
those, yeah, they just have super super floodgates. Leaning more towards probably Gogeta Zeno if no one cracks the code. But if Gogeta Zeno is just a popular deck and it's running around rapid everywhere, I'm like, okay, cool. You guys had it. You guys broke it. Whatever. I'm just gonna go to Dark Broly and just trash you. So that's my
Hopefully they
feelings
have a
on.
Nats. Hopefully they have a Nats. I'm holding out for it.
Nah,
I'm
they're gonna. I don't see why they would make all these events. Even if it's
and not have
webcam,
one.
yeah, yeah. Even if it's webcam, they're gonna have a. It might not be the Nats that we want, but 100%,
Yeah,
I believe they're gonna have a Nats. I just
that's
hope to
true. That's
God,
fair.
whether it's webcam or in real life, it is not best. I pray to the Dragon Ball gods, it is not best of one. Please, not disrespecting anybody who has accomplished in best of one. I just do not want to play for meta cards and all that good stuff in a best of one environment because the format is completely different. And once again, this is not saying I'm not disrespecting any guys who love best of one. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I want to be in a format where if I lose game one, I lost because you are a better player than me, not because
Right.
your deck just had better main choice option than my deck. I hate that feeling with that burning. That's why you guys barely see me these webcam events. Like Frisco, you see, because Frisco has options in his deck. As a black, unless you're playing Gogeta Zeno, you don't have your sideboard in your like Gogeta Zeno is probably the one deck I'd probably pick up for best of one. I'm like, I don't care what I'm playing against. It has answers to everything. I'm like, I'm good. Like worst case scenario, like we both have answers
Yeah.
for each other. If I play a deck that's like when I used to play Dark Roll, I can't play in best of one because I'm like, bro, I can't put in my sideboard in my thing. I'm just gonna be super inconsistent and get thrashed. Like it's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna play a Projection Because if you somehow play a random blue player and you're playing with Jets, you're gonna get thrashed game one. And guess what? It's only game one because it's best of one. It's just not possible. So I just pray to Dragon Ball God once again his best of three, no matter what it is. And yeah, that's it. 100%. I think we're really gonna get that, especially when we saw this too on when I was looking at the events. It went just from winners to actually one out for every 8 players will get their invites. I think they're
Right.
spreading the love now for invites. So 100% when they get it, just once again, I don't care webcam, honestly, or in real life. Just please, 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 best of three.
Webcam best of three sounds
Yeah.
doesn't sound like a fun time though.
No, no, you keep it like literally. You make it strict. 1 hour, like that's it. Worst case scenario, 1 hour and 10 minutes, and you have 10 minutes. Out. If you don't report it, it's just because think about it.
It's
You guys
funny.
already play best of three. Technically, you guys play 50 minutes plus 10 minutes. That's a regular best of three
I
event.
can't. I don't know why. I don't know why we have hour rounds for
That
best of
doesn't make
one.
sense. That's what I'm saying. You might as well. I don't know why they did that. You might as well extend the event an extra. What it's like 7 rounds, an extra hour, just to make it best of three. In my opinion, I'd
That makes
100%
sense.
play in it. Dude. I'm like, it is what it is. Like best of one. I ain't gonna lie. If I were to play a best of one game, I'm playing hand destruction. Like I don't care. If you're not mainboarding to me, that's what I'm trying to show you. Like imagine
Yeah.
playing any deck, right? And you're not mainboarding the boards because what deck could just mainboard the boards? You see how unfair that is? I didn't beat you because I'm the better player. I just beat you because you had no answers in your main board. But 100%, this is best of three. You would have had some way to mitigate it. Even though I the
Right.
Quetzal Kaiju trying to mitigate me because I'm just gonna up you like that. But at least you'd have had some answers to fight back. That's a perfect example of why I dislike best of one events when you're playing for a lot of I guess money and stuff like that.
Yep. I agree.
So yeah, I guess that's it because no one else has any other questions, comments, or concerns. It says Kefler draw battle card, but BMS kills it sadly. Bro, Kefla is just I think she's just waifu, bro. Like at this point. That is sad. I ain't gonna lie. After tonight,
Poor girl.
I might go read Kefla just to see what's up with her, man. Maybe she's good. Maybe there's a reason why no one plays her. I'm just gonna read her. I'm not saying I'm gonna play her. I'm just gonna read the card and see what it
Don't
does.
don't
Because
don't waste too much of her time.
because I refuse to lead. That's the one surge leader That's literally just never. I think it was just printed just for collectors. Like,
Yeah, from day one, it hasn't really done anything. Yeah,
bro,
usually a pretty indication, right? If it wasn't good back then, it's probably not gonna be good right now unless it got some crazy support.
yeah, that is true. That is true. But all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.